Hi, my name is Trisha Navazada, and I came to Health and Balance about 8 months ago. During COVID, I started playing tennis really heavily because there was nothing really to do. One day, collapsed on the tennis court, passed out, woke up, couldn't breathe, went to the emergency room, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Fast forward, about a dozen doctor visits, ER visits later, just still couldn't breathe. The doctors kept putting me on steroids, and finally, the conclusion was that I had really bad allergies. And so they asked me to leave Texas, where I was staying during COVID with my family. I came back to California, and a couple more doctors later, I still can't breathe. An absolute nightmare. Couldn't work. I had to quit kind of a high-paying job because I couldn't travel. I couldn't get out of bed. My body was inflamed. Just not being able to breathe was giving me severe anxiety attacks, and it was just an absolute nightmare. One of my friends recommended coming to see Dr. Arthur. Wouldn't have guessed at all that it would have been anything structural. From all the doctors and specialists I'd seen, they all thought it was my heart, my lungs, my this, my that, and really none of the solutions they provided made me any better. And there was nothing wrong with my heart, nothing wrong with my lungs. So I came to see Dr. Arthur about 8 months ago, and after the first visit, he immediately identified that I had a number of ribs that were out of place, and that the reasoning behind the ribs not being able to go back into where they're supposed to be is because my spine had been majorly out of alignment and I guess twisted. I don't really know what the words were, but there was definitely a weird curve in my x-rays. I was sort of hesitant on what he recommended I do because it sounded like a really long process. But fast forward 8 months, I stuck to the program, and sure enough, exponentially feeling better. I don't really have the breathing issues that I had before. I don't have any of the pain. And I think I probably have a little bit more to go as far as being 100%, but absolutely so thankful for the service and the care that I got from Dr. Arthur and his team. First group of doctors and physical therapists and just people in general that were actually listening to my symptoms and really trying to pinpoint what was the issue instead of just kind of playing a guessing game. And so for anyone that is having issues with their leg, arm, back, headaches, like really random things that you wouldn't even think we would be connected to something else, I would recommend just coming in to see Dr. Arthur for a consultation. And if he can't help you, he'll guide you somewhere that can maybe help you, because suffering and being in pain is horrendous. And so super blessed and thankful to be here, and still on the journey, but really grateful to have found this place.